welcome to a very needed self-care day. I think that during winter it is super important to take care of yourself. So many people suffer from winter depression, and I personally do not suffer that much from winter depression as long as I stick to my self-care rituals. There are a couple of things that I really do and pay more attention during winter to make sure that I take care of myself a little bit better. And when I mean taking care of myself, I'm talking about taking care of my mind and my body. Because I think it's always important to take care of yourself, but especially during winter when it is dark, quite often very gloomy outside, and I think it's even more important to have a little moment, an hour, a morning, an evening, or if you even have the time, a full self-care day for yourself. And I actually have the time to do that, and I thought it would be fun to take you guys along with me and have a full self-care day. I really need it, if I'm completely honest. I feel fully drained, especially after therapy this week. I also had my monthly friends coming along this weekend, so I really need a little bit of me time, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm planning on doing some journaling, reading. I'm going to take a very long shower, take care of my body. I want a heartwarming meal. I also am planning on a cozy movie night, and I just bought a new bedding for my bed, and I am going to put it on my bed and have a full pajama day, because when I am doing a self-care moment or a self-care day, I also want to be feeling comfortable and cozy, and I think wearing a pajama is a complete perfect outfit for that. So if this sounds like you might enjoy or you're even interested in, then I would suggest grab yourself a nice cup of tea or coffee. I'm still drinking coffee, and it's my second one for today. And make yourself cozy and comfortable, and let's just dive into the self-care ritual that I have planned for today. We are going to start off with some journaling. I realized in 2025 that journaling is actually a lot more important to me than I have realized ever before, because it really helps my mind. In 2025 I had a very bad moment in my life actually, because I completely fell apart and I was diagnosed with burnout and a severe depression. And I'm currently getting treatment, especially for my depression, because that's pretty bad. It needs to be treated a little bit more, and I am home because of this. And I realized that in 2025, when I was seeing another therapist, he also told me to start journaling, writing things down, and it is definitely helping. It's not curing me, but it is definitely helping with kind of like making my mind a little bit more at ease and getting it out of me really. And so I've been collecting a couple of journals, and let me show them to you. I am currently working on these 4, and I'll go through them one by one. The first one is my self-care journal. This is a self-care journal by the brand Insights, and in this journal I actually have like a ritual for each day, and you kind of have like a morning reflection and an evening reflection. And I really like writing this down. I do not journal on a daily basis. Let me get that out there straight away. Like, I try to. There are a couple of days that I really succeed at it, and then there are always also days that I find a little bit harder or only pick up one of these journals instead of all of them. But I like doing this, especially on the days that I feel stressed, have something very important to do. It is really nice to kind of like go through all these little things and write it down, especially when it comes to goals for today, what can wait, what I can say no to, stresses and worries, ways I can change the stress to calm down. Like, when I get to that part, it really helps to kind of like focus, strategize today, but also really think about everything that I need to do. So I really like this one. Then we come to this one, which is a plain notebook that I'm currently using for therapy. And for therapy I have a journal assignment by writing 3 positive things about myself each day. One of the things that I am really struggling with is my self-image. I've got a very bad self-image, and I also am not that kind to myself. So we are working on that, and this is hopefully something that might help. So I'm writing 3 positive things about myself each day. And another one is the gratitude journal. This is probably one of my favorite journals to ever have, and I love this journal so extremely much. It's simply writing 3 things down each day that you are grateful for, and something that makes you happy. And I simply love that so much. I really love kind of thinking about happy things at the end of the day. I try to do at least the therapy one and the gratitude journal. I try to do this before I go to sleep, but sometimes I forget about it, like last night, and I need to do it in the morning. Another journal that I have is this one, and this is simple, my journal, where I write everything down that I want to write down. It is kind of like a plain notebook where you can also put down the dates, and I just simply love to write stuff in there. And for today I'm actually thinking of going onto Pinterest and try to see if there are some journaling prompts for the new year, because it's still January and I like the idea of having a little bit of a reflection at the beginning of the year and having a reflection at the end of the year as well. So I'm going to try and find some prompts for that so I can use that for this journal session. So I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to grab myself a pen and then I'm going to start having my little journal session. So I just finished writing in my little bit easier journals, like they're easy to fill in, and I'm going to go into this one, which is a more of a detailed journal where I sometimes write about things that happened in my life, a daily synopsis for example, or things that really bothered me, or I just simply want to get off my chest. I really take time in writing this out in detail. And sometimes I really like to have some journal prompts, and today I want to go for that. And if you don't know what that is, a journal prompt is like a subject you can write about, a question. And I quite often use the website Pinterest for this, and I found quite a couple of very nice prompts for the new year that I really like. I'm not going to use them all today. I choose 2 which I really want to do. I'll make sure that I'll put this little list in the description box, so in case you're also looking for some journal prompts or you want to try this out for a time, I'll make sure to put them in the description box so you can maybe use them as well or get some inspiration from. But I really like them. For example, write a letter to your future self, outlining your hopes for the year. I really like this one. However, I'm also a little scared about this one because quite often my hopes for the new year don't happen. And yeah, I do not really know if I want to look back on this at the end of the year, but at the same time it could be a fun thing to do. But also, what are some ways you can practice self-compassion this year? This one ties in really well with my therapy, if I'm completely honest. What is a new habit that could improve your mental health? Also a nice one for my therapy. Identify 3 things you want to prioritize in your life this year. Like that one too. Write about a change in perspective you want to embrace this year. Need that one for therapy too. So yeah, I actually really like these quite a lot. I'm going to use 2 prompts from this list, and I'm thinking for today I'm going to write about what's a new habit that could improve your mental health, and also identify 3 things you want to prioritize in your life this year. I think these 2 are quite fun, and I might actually also write a letter to myself during this week. I like that idea too. So I'm going to write that in my journal, and then I really want to take a hot shower because it is extremely cold in the house and I really want to get warm again. another, like it's not a new bathroom, like this is my new house and this is the bathroom. And yeah, I had a lovely shower, really nice hot warm shower, which I think is essential for self-care. Like if you're gonna take a bath, take a bath. Like I don't have a bath, so I would love to, but I do have a shower and I love to take like a long nice hot shower and simply completely take care and kind of like almost a deep clean of your body. Like I did a scrub, a facial scrub, a body scrub, I shaved myself, and I had a lovely, just simply a lovely shower really by doing a couple of things. And I also did like a little face mask, which I always love to enjoy, especially like after a shower. Just put on like a little face mask and then slowly wrap it into your face afterwards. It's like the best feeling. Another thing, as you could see, what I also did, I put up some makeup. When I'm at home, I do not always wear makeup. However, especially since I'm staying at home from work, so I am home quite a lot, I do kind of like wear a little bit more makeup than usual when I'm at home. And especially like on a self-care day, like putting on makeup makes me feel better, and self-care day is all about feeling better. So obviously, I am also going to put on some makeup on my face. And these new pajamas, they're like from the Primark. They're so soft, so comfy. I absolutely love them. As soon as I saw like the new Winnie the Pooh range that they had at the Primark, that kind of like went viral. At least you see it so much on TikTok and on Instagram. Everyone was like wearing it, buying it, and I was like, oh, I love Winnie the Pooh, love Disney. And I kind of went to the Primark last week and got myself quite a lot from the new Winnie the Pooh range, and I'm really happy with everything that I got. I even have like the matching scrunchies. They're so adorable. Like I'm definitely wearing them tonight in my hair. So I am done, and now let's go to the bedroom because I want to put on the new bedding onto my sheets. Like I'm so excited to show you guys what I got. So here we are in my bedroom, and as I said, I went to the Primark for the Winnie the Pooh range that I love and adore, but they also had like the Bridgerton things that I had seen on Instagram. They didn't have everything, like Rotterdam didn't have as much as I had hoped from the Bridgerton collection, but they did have at least one set for the bedding, and I obviously needed to grab it. And I got the one with little bows, like it's now on the inside out, so you'll see it better as soon as on the bed. And I washed it and it's all ready and well to go on my bed. And I've got this one to go with it as well. Look how cute. It is so fluffy. And I love the little bee from Bridgerton. I'm not the biggest fan of the series, but I love the novels so much. I think they're so much better than the TV series. Like I love the TV series. I really like watching it. But if I have to choose between the books and the TV series, I'll always go for the books. But even like this one, even the pillow has like the little bows on here as well. So I think it's going to match absolutely beautifully. And yeah, I'm going to make up my bed, take off Sissi from the bed, because obviously she's a cat. So as soon as you take off all the bedding from the bed, she's on it. I have to take her off, and then, oh, I don't know, I might even read some in bed afterwards, because I am quite tired and I might simply join Sissi on the bed. You guys, I am in love. I love the bedding. I think it is so super cute. And especially the pillow, and I'm not entirely sure about the plate yet. It isn't supposed to be in here, like I want it probably downstairs. But for now it's staying here because I'm always very cold when I sleep. So I definitely prefer to have an extra blanket when I sleep. But yeah, I am really happy with how it looks. And well, you guys, wearing new PJs and laying on new bedding is probably like one of the best things ever. At least I think. It's the ultimate self-care. I think I just love that so much. I just love the idea of going to bed tonight and then simply having clean sheets, but also new clean sheets and a new clean pajama. Perfect. I'm actually thinking of grabbing my book and read a little. Maybe here actually in the room, because it is so cozy now, especially since it had a little makeover. Like, I'm slowly tackling the bedroom. I do want some new furniture probably in here. Maybe a chair or something here on the side. Like, this is very empty, and the wall next to the bookshelf is also super empty. Maybe something with a mirror or a painting, or I'm not entirely sure yet. Still need to figure that out. Like, slowly are falling into its right place. But let me show you the book that I'm currently reading. So I'm currently almost halfway, or in the midpoint, from The Shadow Bride, which is the sequel to The Scarlet Veil by Shelby Marin. And you might know the author from the Serpent and Dove trilogy. And this is kind of like set in the same world, but then with some of the side characters from the other trilogy. And I love it so much. Like, this book, you guys, is so impactful and so extremely suspenseful. Like, if you love vampires and you love romance, and you kind of like a little bit of a medieval setting, then this series is for you. It's just 2 books, a duology. It starts with Scarlet Veil. You follow Sissi, and Sissi was one of the side characters in the Serpent and Dove trilogy, and she really went to a ringer in that trilogy. And now she actually wants to prove herself, because she was kind of like the damsel in distress in the original book series, and she doesn't want to be a damsel in distress. She wants to be someone who can fight, and she wants to prove this, and no one really believes her. She's like the little baby from the friend group, and everyone wants to protect her, shield her from harm. And she actually goes out on herself, ends up being kidnapped, brought to this vampire island, Requiem, and there she is brought to the Vampire King, and slowly something blossoms between them. And there are so many things happening in book 1 already. Like, Shelby Marin doesn't really shield from horror and war and death and battles, and it is quite impactful. There's a lot of things going on. There's also a lot of witchcraft, and I love it so much. And this book, you guys, it started off so extremely strong, and especially like last night when I was reading, was probably also one of the reasons why I was so tired this morning. Like, I got to this point, like, if you know the story, then you might know. If I say Sissi got back to the island, and the night that she got back to the island, all the events that happened then, that's where I kind of like stopped reading last night. And I was like, no, I can't sleep right now. I really need to finish this. Like, if you read the book, you know what I mean. Like, I don't want to spoil it to anyone, but something happens that night that was so insane. I was so shocked with what happened that I was literally laying in bed, and I was like, I will never finish this book because I don't want to know what's going to happen after this, because this is the worst thing ever. But I kept reading, and I'm really glad that I did, because it is absolutely amazing. Like, I'm so attached to these characters that I definitely feel it when they get harmed. So it was such a ride last night, and I am definitely going to continue reading. And what better thing than a little bit of self-care by reading in bed. So that's kind of what I'm planning on doing right now. Have a little read in bed, and then around tea time I'm going downstairs, have a nice cup of steaming tea, and continue my reading session, because I love reading. Obviously there's so many cozy hobbies you can do when it comes down to self-care, which can help you relax, and that's like perfect for self-care. But for me today, it's definitely reading that I need to do to kind of not only know what's going to happen next, but also to relax and put myself in a different world. Best thing ever. So did I actually already mention that I also have like the matching slippers with my PGs? Like seriously guys, I love Winnie the Pooh. He's so cute. And I'm currently making myself a nice cup of tea, a lavender tea to be precise. I have been drinking this one, which is from the brand Picnic. As you can see, it's like the lavender brand. You sleep well, you're supposed to drink it probably when you go to sleep, but I really like lavender tea, so I've been drinking it during the day as well. I haven't really felt that sleepy because of it, so I'm not entirely sure if it really helps to get you into sleep. But I'm also making myself a nice candy plate, little snack plate filled with candy. It's a time of month that I kind of just need a little bit more of sugar. So I'm going to make a cozy ambiance in the living room and then simply continue my reading session. The book is so good. I love the turn it's taking. And I don't know, it might be another 5-star. I already had a 5-star this year. And yeah, it would be amazing if I actually have another one. And you guys, look, Sissi. What is it, darling? She wants to go outside. She literally just got in. Alright, baby. You go. Have fun. So it's time for a heartwarming dinner. Something else that I think is very important when taking care of yourself. And I know out there, especially when I watch a lot of these videos, a lot of people always talk about heartwarming dinner is something that you prepare from scratch, which I definitely think it is. But for me at least, a heartwarming dinner can also be something that I just really love to eat. And kind of like comes from a restaurant or just something else, maybe even from the grocery store. And I ended up having this for myself tonight. And this is actually pea soup from the brand Hema, which is like this Dutch store here in the Netherlands. And it actually makes this pea soup, which is like this old Dutch recipe. And it is just so extremely delicious. Like I absolutely love it. And if you're ever in the Netherlands and you're able to go to the store and you're able to buy it or even eat it in a restaurant, like I highly suggest you do it. And all the Dutchies under us, we all know, most of us probably love this. Most of us have eaten this before and we know it's really, really good. It's probably, I think, it's the best soup out there, especially for winter. It is so extremely thick and absolutely delicious. The only thing that I'm actually planning on making myself is I've got some defrosted bread right over here, and I'm planning on putting cheese on top, put it in the pan, and then just kind of like bake it until the cheese gets hard, like I'll show you in the end results. But I really love that, and I can like dip it into the soup, which makes it even better. I'm not that hungry tonight, so we'll just leave it at this. And afterwards I said I wanted to watch one of my favorite movies, which I think I might still do. However, the book I'm reading is so good and I only need to read 200 pages. So I really want to finish that tonight. So I think I might eat my dinner, watch an episode from the TV series Ghost, and after that I might try to finish the book before reading any further. almost 10 o'clock, you guys. I completely lost track of time. I did not expect this. I know I said I was going to watch one of my favorite movies. I was actually thinking on watching New Hope from Star Wars or Beauty and the Beast animation version. But I'm not going to do that anymore. I just poured myself a nice cup of tea. It's lemon verbena and I'm planning on maybe watch 2 episodes from the series Ghost and then have an early night because I am really tired. And I surprised myself, you guys, so much this evening because I finished The Shadow Bride. I haven't been able to read as much as I have today for months now. And I love it. I am so happy that I was able to read as much as I did because this is my passion. I love reading as much as I did today. I read more than 300 pages, almost 380 pages today, which is incredible. It's almost a full book and I haven't done this in months, and I normally did this so many times a week, or well, at least once or twice a week, and I haven't been able to do that for so long because my mind wouldn't work with me. I didn't have the energy or the concentration. This was really good, especially for a sequel. I think it was amazing. I loved it so much. I especially loved the romance. It's love a slow burn romance, and Michael and Lee are just amazing to follow. I loved seeing all the old gang from the Serpent and Dove trilogy as well, and the end could maybe have been a little bit darker, but at the same time I'm really happy where everyone ended. And anyhow, I really needed this self-care day and I'm really happy that I did it. I hope that you not only enjoyed watching this, but that it also gave you some inspiration to take a day like this for yourself. Like, obviously you can fill this in with whatever you want to do for yourself. And I love reading, and this definitely is a self-care thing for me. But besides that, everything else that I did, taking a nice long hot shower, having a slow morning, but also putting up clean bedding and having a clean and new pajama, even heartwarming meal, and make the room feel cozy. That just makes me feel calm, peaceful and relaxed, and that is exactly what I was trying to achieve, and I achieved it. And I just hope that this might inspire you to do something like this for yourself, maybe for an hour, a part of a day, maybe a full day or a weekend or whatever you can do or want to do. But it definitely helps. Like, don't think it doesn't. I think it definitely helps if you slow down a little and just simply enjoy kind of the little things in life, really. But anyhow, I am rambling. I want to watch 2 episodes, not make it too late tonight, and then simply go to bed. And as I said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give this one a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video as well, and if you are new to this channel, because you could always become friends online and become part of our little community that we have over here. And I'll be uploading twice a week, and this Sunday I hope to see you guys with my bookshelf organization. But further than that, I am wishing you all an amazing day and sending you lots of love. Hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.